Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So we find ourselves speaking about something that I'd hope not to do another video on, but as things go, I'm probably partially to blame for this as well, because 2 weeks ago I did a live stream with a gentleman called Rue, who had a very unique experience of said provider. And I thought that it would be interesting to hear his side and also to allow other people the opportunity to hear his side of the story, having been inside this company firsthand and his experience so far. And I thought that we handled it with as much respect as possible. I consistently said, look, we would love for anybody from Cashfx to come along and give their sides of the conversation, because the conversation has two sides. I've extended numerous invitations since last September, and every single time nobody's taken me up on that invitation. It almost feels as though they're scared to show their face in public, which is questionable in itself. But anyway, I thought at least that we handled this with as much respect as possible. But with that being said, over the weekend, it seems like they're going on the offensive. And so if they're going on the offensive, I think it's important that I highlight what it is that they're doing, because I think what they are doing in going on the offensive paints a picture of what the business is truly like. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about Cashfx yet again. So let's go. So I think I know why Cashfx are annoyed at me. I get it. If you search Google and you write Cashfx review, you have two of my videos that have been trending now for a good number of months, since September, since the first one went out, where I'm asking legitimate questions. And these are legitimate questions that they still fail to address. And no matter how much you try, no matter how much you ask questions, they deflect. They don't answer the question directly. And if you can't answer a question directly, surely that raises more questions. And so when Rue basically posted on Facebook his experience of having his account cancelled, I thought it was only right to contact him and have a conversation with him around his experiences, because all this while I've been told that I'm an idiot, that I have no idea what I'm talking about, and that I'm just making Cashfx videos because it's good for my channel. Now, let's be honest here. I have over 120 or so videos on this channel right now. 3 of them are about Cashfx. This is going to be the 4th one about Cashfx. I'm not here to slag off a company. I'm here to empower people's financial decisions and investment decisions, to show both sides of the coin, given the fact that I have been in financial services for 15 to 16 years. I have worked in Canary Wharf in the investment world quite extensively. I've been in wealth management for the last 8 years of my career. So I've been around this kind of stuff a little bit more, it seems, than some of the guys who are actually in Cashfx. But yet I don't know what I'm talking about. And so when you try to dissect why they don't like me, I get it. I know that my videos did the rounds internally with the Cashfx groups here in the UK. Richard Maud, I think, is the head guy here. Obviously saw it. And look, they know who I am. So in order for them to try to discredit me, they say things like, and I'll show you this shortly, that I have other things that I'm selling people, that I'm just making Cashfx videos for my channel, and I'm selling £300 courses. That seems to be a rumor. I don't have a £300 course. My investment course is $59.99. I'm hardly going to get rich off that. I'm not doing this for the money. They say that you shouldn't listen to people on the internet who are personal bloggers who cannot produce any results. All right, okay, well, look, at the end of the day, I'm not the one who's selling a product that could potentially cost people their life savings. I'm simply here on the internet sharing knowledge that I've gained over 15, 16 years in an industry that people don't understand, and explaining investment terms and terminology and how investing works for people who need exposure to this kind of information but don't know where to get it. I'm trying to break it down into simple English, and I might sell a $59.99 course here and there, and people may take me on as a coach. but ultimately their life savings are not at risk. And so I get why they don't like me, but that still doesn't negate the fact that unfortunately now, Cashfx are canceling investor accounts. And when I say investor accounts, I mean people who have signed up to them, who have their money invested with them. They are canceling their accounts if they ask questions, kick up a fuss, or are negative in their opinion. And what you create when you have that kind of atmosphere is people who may have been skeptical about investing in the first place, who took the leap of faith and find themselves in a situation where they may have legitimate questions that they want to ask, but if they ask them too vehemently, are told that they're negative and get kicked out of their groups, get kicked out. Their accounts get completely cancelled. And this isn't like you have a bank account and the bank says, look, we don't want your business anymore. You've broken our terms and conditions. Off you go. Here's your money back. Cashfx are cancelling these accounts of investors, their own customers, and keeping their customers' money. And what you're now finding is you have a number of people within Cashfx who have thousands of pounds potentially, who may want to ask questions, who may have suspicions that, hang on a second, this is not right. Who now cannot ask questions for the fear of being called negative and having their accounts closed down and them never receiving their money. I have a question for you, but does that sound right to you? Would a legitimate business close down your account and keep your money because you broke a terms and conditions? I would love to see what terms and conditions that is in the agreement that you sign if you want to use Cashfx. And I suppose if you're watching this video, you probably sat in on a Cashfx presentation and you may have been told, don't Google us, don't listen to the guys on the internet, because guess what? That's what they're saying, and I'm going to show you receipts. In fact, in the comment section, I'm going to pin a ton of links for you to go off and do your own due diligence. Nothing that I've said about Cashfx thus far is untrue. Do they have regulatory warnings? Yes, fact, they do. You can go to Google and go and verify that. When I did the first video back in September last year, they had about 5 or 6 globally. They now have in the region of 15 or 16, maybe even more, even from Panama, where they hail to come from. And what is a regulatory warning? A regulatory warning is essentially regulators across different jurisdictions saying that we cannot either verify what this company is doing. There's a high risk that they could be a scam. There's a high risk that if you put your money into them, you could lose all of your money. And you know, one of the things that they argue back and try to pivot with is this idea of, well, we're not meant to be regulated by the traditional system. We work with regulated brokers. I outlined for the UK specifically why they need to be regulated here in the UK and why the FCA have put out a regulatory warning out against them. These are all facts. You can go and Google this, and again, there will be links in the comments for you to go and verify this and do your own homework as well. The fact that you can't verify their trading record is fact. My TV or whatever it is that they have in the Cashfx system is not verifiable proof that they're trading. And I raised a very important question that if the returns that they're giving you every single week are not coming from trading, then where is it coming from? Is it coming from the 30% that goes to the academy? If it is, that's fine. Say that it is. But if it isn't coming from trading, how sustainable is that model? Again, a very legitimate question that you would ask any business. Have they answered that? No. Will they answer that? Who knows? But thus far, they have sidestepped all of these legitimate questions and they pivot. They accuse people. They tell people you're being negative. They threaten that accounts will be closed down. And again, I encourage you, I've got the link to cashfx.lol, which is a website that Rue put up. There is a recording of Richard Maud, their hedge honcho here in the UK, saying precisely that on a call, that if you are negative, you will be kicked out. And by the way, when you're kicked out, again, you're getting no refund whatsoever. In fact, here's a message that was posted on Facebook, which is a communication within a Cashfx team group. So this is a conversation, and he's been asking questions, and what you see here, and I'm going to blank out the names for one of the guys here because I don't think it's fair to actually out particular names on here. But he says, ignore the noise on the internet, Damien. We know Cashfx are brilliant and pay every week and are using regulated brokers. This is their go-to line. We're paying every single week, we're using regulated brokers, even though the relationship with EverFX, their regulated broker, is highly questionable. Even EverFX are denying that they have an association with Cashfx. Again, you can Google this to verify it. And this is his response. That's still not an answer, really. That's a very vague response to a valid question. Another I ask is why there's lots of noise online about Cashfx being a scam. Not to mention that nobody from Cashfx has given their clear response that shuts the negativity. Cashfx now has multiple regulatory warnings against it. Not to mention one of those in Panama, the country CFX is supposed to run in. I just think all of this should be addressed properly by a legacy company such as CFX rather than everyone saying ignore the stuff on the internet. But where else am I supposed to get my resources? And what makes you and Jojar Dinsa any more reputable than the people saying this is a scam? I've never even heard of Jojar, yet somehow, without him providing any actual evidence of this, I'm supposed to believe his lawyers checked everything out. If CFX, and this is the big part, if CFX are okay providing his lawyers with the information to authenticate CFX, why can't they release that information to the people who are investing money? And this is a legitimate question. Will they answer this? No, they won't. Instead, what they're going to do is they're going to try and discredit people like myself and Rue, who have been customers with them, who have had our accounts cancelled, who are asking people to ask these questions by essentially posting things like this within their internal groups, thinking that this is not going to get out. Now, look at the name, Sally Owen. She is Justin Halliday's right-hand woman. And by the way, guys, if you want to do your due diligence, go and Google Justin Halliday and just read his checkered, to say the least, history when it comes to schemes just like this. But let's talk about what she's saying. Do you recognize these two? And I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get this video demonetized. Apparently, it's their life's mission to try and deceive people. What do these two, again, have in common? One, both former CFX members. Yes, Rue and I have been members. We have been inside the system to see what it's actually like. Both kicked off and banned from CFX. Yes, because we both asked questions which you couldn't actually answer. Neither of them could produce any successful results. Now, listen, I'm not the one offering a legacy system to make people rich and to provide people with an income. So I don't have to produce any results. Neither does Rue. Both use deception and video technology to try to fool people. Well, I don't know about deception because everything that I've said, again, people can go and verify online. Video technology, really? Video technology. And the most obvious, they are both a couple of. Now, look, lightheartedness, I think I look dashing in that, actually, to be fair. I think it's pretty good as a meme. I might actually use that as the thumbnail to this video. However, what I would say is this. Does that sound like a legitimate company? And if you are seriously thinking about using Cashfx, knowing this, that this is how they deal with people who are asking legitimate questions in the public domain about what they do. And by the way, I'm not the only one. Rue's not the only one. There are other people as well also asking these same questions about Cashfx. Surely, this will make you raise eyebrows. Now, ironically, that she says on here, feel free to plaster the photo all over social media and do not watch their videos. Now, look, I'm more than happy for Sally here to post this all over social media because what will happen is people who have 2 cents in their head will basically go and do some due diligence and find my video and see what we're talking about. And I think ultimately this is a misstep by them. But guys, look, what do you do if you're looking to use Cashfx? Make sure you do your due diligence and come to your own decision. I'm not saying use them. I'm not saying don't use them. I know that they have tried when my channel was at 5,000 to recruit me to endorse this product and get people to sign up via my link. Bottom line is this, guys. I'm never going to recommend anything that I feel may jeopardize other people's money or livelihood and something that could, in the future, come back and hurt me. I'm not going to do that. It takes a lifetime to build a reputation. You can destroy it overnight. And Cashfx, for me, is not worth it. I could probably make quite a bit of money because of the way they're structured if I simply put a tag in a link in my comment section saying sign up to Cashfx. I could make a lot of money. I'm not here for the cash. I have more to lose by making these videos than I do have more to gain. And when they say, you know, you're selling a product, you're selling a £300 course, it makes me laugh because my course is $59.99. Like, really, guys? But I guess it's for you to make up your own mind. And that's all we're asking you to do. Due diligence, make up your own mind. And just know, if you are going to invest money with Cashfx, put money in that you can afford to lose. I would hate to be in a position where I invite friends, family into this kind of thing, and they do go pop. And look, I'll be the first to say that if I am wrong and they are around, I will be the first to say I was wrong. They've done a great job. They've helped people. If tomorrow they get regulated by the FCA here in the UK, I will also say, actually, fantastic. I would then probably endorse them because we know then, if they are regulated by the FCA, that at least you, the customer, get some protection for your investment, up to £85,000 under the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. Is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask? I mean, this is your hard-earned cash that you're going to put with these guys. Is it too much to ask for some regulatory protections? Because this is what it all boils down to at the end of the day. I've said this in previous videos. If they just went and got regulated tomorrow here in the UK, I would have no reason to make these videos. But they have shown again and again that they have no interest in addressing any questions, answering any questions. They have no interest at all to come on, speak to me. My channel is much bigger now. I could be a real nightmare for you guys. If you're watching this, anyone from Cashfx, and I will extend this invitation again. Come and have a conversation with me. It will be a respectful conversation. I'm not here to call you scammers and to call you idiots or call you names. That's not what I'm here to do. I would genuinely love to hear your side of the story. Richard, if you're watching this, and it will make the rounds in the group, I know that. Sally, if you want to come on, please have a conversation with me. Be respectful. You can put your side across. I'll tell you my concerns face to face. If you're up for it, reach out to me. But I'm not going to hold my breath. But guys, there it is. This is the video for this Tuesday. Hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Is this the kind of company that you would be involved with, that you might put your money with? I don't know. It's not for me to decide. Let me know in the comment section below. If you've not listened to the podcast this week, go check it out. Stephanie Taylor's on. We're talking about rent to rent and how to build a property empire. I mean, she started really, really late. Inspiring story. And she really, really does give some great tips for anyone looking to begin. So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you again on Friday. Trader to Trader, 15 tech stocks. If you've not watched the live from yesterday, go and check it out as well. Worthwhile watching. It's going to be a 6-week challenge. Really, really interested. Remember, whatever it is that you're doing this week, now that lockdown has eased off a little bit, money is a tool, life is for living. I'll catch you on Friday.